What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we have Bitcoin attempting to break out of this pendant that we have here. It is falling a little bit now. Just before starting this, it was up around that $70,000. So, what is going to happen for Bitcoin? Well, I think there's a couple options here. I think we could go back up to retest this $72,400 level here, possibly this weekend. Um, and if we do that, well, we may see it break higher. Um, but for right now, it's just continuing to move sideways here and accumulate. So when this does break out, whether it's to the upside or downside, well, then that move will be greater. So we can discuss what price targets kind of I could see for Bitcoin coming up, but I also wanted to discuss this gold breaking out today to $2,425. Excuse me, guys. Still fighting these allergies. But anyway, yeah, gold is breaking out as well as silver. Silver's ripping higher to 29.61, and this could go much higher. This is good for not only uh, gold and silver and the commodities, but it's also good for the gold miners. GDX today breaking higher at $35.63. I could see this going up to test this area here around $36 or possibly going for this gap fill at 36.67. So, what I wanted to mention here is if you're looking to get exposure to gold or silver, I think gold miners are a great way to do it. They've lagged behind the gold price and the all-time highs, which you can see here on GDX is 41.59. So it still has a ways to go before it even gets to its previous all-time high. So I could see things like gold and silver doing really well over the next 6 months to a couple of years. I think that we could see gold go possibly up to that $3,000 level. So if you're interested in getting in, you can do that through some of these gold miners. I also have Newmont Mining Corporation, ticker NEM. Would I buy in here? Well, that depends on your objectives. So, from a long-term perspective, I think it's a good opportunity. Um, is it a good spot buy for short term or a good swing trade? Well, I think things are a little overheated here. I would like to see it maybe come back down into this box down around $32. I think that would be a good point to get in, or possibly back down around this line here. Um, so yeah, there probably are better entries. It's really had a big run up here. So I'd probably wait for a little pullback if you're looking to swing trade this or day trade this for sure. Um, let's take a look at what's going on in the stock market because we do need to keep an eye on that. Um, we had the CPI come out the other day and the stock market was down yesterday. It opened on the lows and then it just ripped higher throughout the day. As you can see, it's coming down a little bit now today, retesting those lows. So, we may see the stock market just continue to kind of accumulate and move sideways here. Bitcoin and the stock market have been tied pretty close together, but Bitcoin kind of seems to be leading. It kind of slowed down first, and then it was the Qs, and now it's the SPY. So where are we going? Well, I like probably most people wouldn't mind seeing this have a little pullback to get some better entries. We are putting in a short-term uh, lower lows and lower highs for the S&P, so maybe we get a little pullback here where we get an opportunity to get in on these markets if you have any cash available, um, because I think from here until the end of the year, these markets are going to continue to do higher. I think that really these markets will go higher, and that we are probably about 2/3 of the way through this bull run um, before we see a bigger correction, something similar like what we saw back in 2022. So I could see a 5 to possibly 10% pullback here on the market. I would say that's probably the more likely scenario. I think there's probably maybe about a 60% chance of something, 70% chance of something like that happening. So that means that things like crypto could go down as well. But we are quickly approaching the halving for Bitcoin. So that would be a reduction in supply with the demand that we see from the ETFs, and that could drive the price up. Here is the heat liquidation map on the daily for Bitcoin. We see we have this liquidation up here of around $72,000. So I could see the markets going up possibly over the weekend to sweep that liquidity and then maybe continue to consolidate sideways here for a little while, um, and just allow things to kind of catch up and the markets to make a decision on which way it wants to go. If we take a look at the Bitcoin price chart and we zoom out to, let's go to the daily here, zoom out a little bit and go back and look at, actually let's go to the weekly on this. Um, be a little bit easier to see. So here we go. The last time we had a breakout of the all-time highs, you see that if we zoom in on this area here a little bit, we had about 1, 2, 3 weeks of uh, chop and sideways action. We could take a little measurement on that, and you can see that that was about uh, about a fifth. What, right there we go. That's the bottom. So about a 20% correction there. Maybe we see a little less. Most of the corrections this cycle have been around 20%, and we've already really seen about a 15% pullback on this first wick down over here. Let's go back to the daily just so we can get a better look at that. So this wick here, that was about a 15% pullback. And if we zoom in here a little bit more, then we can see where we may go. So where could Bitcoin go? Well, it could continue just to consolidate possibly in this wedge pattern here. It looks like it wants to break out. Short term, we are putting in a series of higher lows. So that is bullish. I think we still have some momentum here, and especially at the halving coming up, that we could see Bitcoin go up and retest those all-time highs. And if we break through that, I could see it going to $75,000 to $80,000. If we continue to accumulate, then once we do get a breakout, if we break out to the upside, then that price target could be higher towards that $90,000 level. And worst case, I think if we roll over here, really, as long as we don't break this $61,000 range, I think we're still good. But if we do see a bigger pullback towards that $56,000 level, or even down to that $52,000 level, I think that'd be a great entry. So what does that mean for the rest of the crypto markets? Well, you've got things like Ethereum. It's kind of holding this area right now. This box around $4,343. Sorry, 34.43. So I think this area here for Ethereum is a good spot buy or long-term investment. Good place to just dollar cost average. Um, where could Ethereum go? To the bottom, I think probably down around this $3,000 level. But I could see Ethereum going to something like uh, possibly $7,000 or $8,000 during this crypto cycle. A lot of people were calling for higher than that. I think that's relatively conservative. I would say $7,000 is probably my conservative play for Ethereum. Solana just continuing to move sideways. It's been really strong. Um, been one of the first ones to break out. I really like Solana right here at around $170. I think this is a good spot entry for Solana or to just dollar cost average in. I could see it possibly going back down to around this $140 to $130 range. I think that'd be a great entry, and I don't really think you will ever see Solana back down below $100. So if it went somewhere down there, I would think that would be a great buying opportunity. Another altcoin I like is Chainlink. You can see here holding, well, it's kind of broken through this trend line here, but really just putting in a series of higher lows and higher highs. So it's consolidating here in our box. If we zoom in here a little bit, we can see it's basically sitting right at this line of support. So I like Chainlink here. I think this is a good opportunity on Chainlink. If you want to buy gold, silver, or crypto, you can do so over at iTrust Capital. iTrust offers a tax advantage IRA, so it allows you to invest in things like gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, as well as many other cryptos with a low cost and no monthly fee, and they allow you to buy, sell, and trade 24/7. I use iTrust Capital. If you're interested, there is a link down below. And iTrust Capital has over 3,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. I like iTrust Capital. When I set up my account, I was able to call the guys over there and just make sure everything was set up properly and going through when I was signing the documents. And so they have live people you can talk to. It's not just purely automated. That's what I like about iTrust Capital. They're very helpful and friendly. Um, yeah, I highly recommend iTrust Capital if you're looking to get into crypto or buy gold or silver and you want to set up an account for retirement or later in life. It's a great way to do it because you're going to make a lot of gains in these bull cycles, and you don't want to be all that to be taken away due to taxes. I do some short-term trading. I've done short-term trading in the past, and the capital gains tax on that is really expensive. So this is a great way to do that. Like I said, if you're interested, there is a link down below. Let's take a look at NVDA. So yesterday, NVDA saw a nice little pop up to back around $900. Still holding pretty strong, just continuing to accumulate sideways here in this range for now. So as long as it doesn't fall below this level here, then you could see more upside for NVIDIA. Um, but in all honesty, I think, guys, that NVDA has had such a bullish run over the last year that we probably are due for a little pullback here on NVIDIA. I would like to see it come down, maybe back down to around 800 or this $700 range. Possibly go down here and get this gap fill around 680. I think that would be a great level. Man, if we came down and closed some of these gaps down here, which are typically closed, I could see us being a great level. Really, even this gap down here at around 630. Man, I think that'd be a great entry. You know, as a long-term investment, I think NVIDIA is going to do really well. I think it's going to be one of the major blue chip stocks going forward. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Uh, but from a shorter term perspective, I'd like to see it come back down to some of these levels to get some great buy entries. Heck, I might even place a couple shorts if we continue to see a couple lower lows and lower highs on the way down. I think that'd be a good way to play this, possibly in the short term, short to medium term. Um, but yeah, Nvidia is still looking pretty strong. Um, and going into other crypto markets, Avalanche broke our down sloping trend line, but still holding, sitting on support here at around $44. I think this is possibly a good entry for AVEX. I like AVEX because AI has done really well, obviously, this cycle, and I could see gaming doing very well. That's why I like AVEX. Um, so they're looking pretty good. They've seen some nice little price action lately, and I could see this going much higher during this crypto cycle. And what else is hot? Well, that's meme coins. And so if you're new to crypto, probably if you want to get into meme coins, you're probably just going to look to get into Dogecoin. Um, I'm looking at buying a little bit of Dogecoin. I don't really want to go down too far down the meme coin rabbit hole this cycle. It's not really my plan. Um, but I do like Dogecoin at this price. It continues to accumulate here. And we have the Bitcoin halving coming up. And coincidentally, that is right around 420. And obviously, Elon ran this coin up or mentioned it several times last cycle. And some people speculate he may come out and say something about Dogecoin, and that could send something like Dogecoin ripping higher. So, yeah, I'll probably look to pick up a little bit of Dogecoin here sometime soon. I might wait a little bit longer just to see what happens with the markets. But yeah, I could see Dogecoin really going much higher. You know, if we zoom out here just a little bit, we can see in the last cycle where it was. So I could see Dogecoin doing really well as well. If you are interested in buying stocks, uh, crypto, or gold, you can do so over here on Robinhood. Right now, they are offering a $405 boost if you uh, uh, add to your IRA by April 15th. Um, and they also are offering 3% on any 401k or IRA rollovers until the end of the month, April. Uh, so if you put in $100,000, that would be an additional $3,000. They also offer 8 times the national savings rate, so you can earn interest on your cash over there. The reason I like Robinhood is because they allow you to buy fractional shares of stocks. So if you have something like $50 and you want to buy something like NVIDIA that's at 900, well, you can do so over on Robinhood. There is a link down below. Um, They also offer crypto such as Bitcoin, Doge, Ethereum, Sheeb, and many more, as well as gold. So, yeah, you can buy all that over here on Robinhood. I think this is a great way to get into investing if you're new to investing. The best way to do it really is just dollar cost average in. Take a little bit um, each week or each paycheck and just start building your account. Um, that is the way to build wealth, long term wealth, and set yourself up for a better future. So, like I said, there is a link down below. If you're interested, uh, you can click that link down below. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X at Mind of Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But I'll be posting things over here like this chart I posted yesterday on the ASH SI, the Chinese stock market, was in this downward trend. It broke this trend and is making a series of higher lows and higher highs. China has not been doing well. Their markets have been really beaten down over the last few years. Their real estate's not doing well. They are seeing something like what we saw back during 2008 and 9 during the great financial crisis, and it looks like they're just starting to recover as they're looking to stimulate their economy. So I could see something like the Chinese market doing well over the next several years. Uh, this should also be good for Bitcoin because China is looking to determine if they're going to approve their Bitcoin ETFs. That's coming up, I think, in just a couple days now. I think the due date on that is the 15th, if I'm not wrong. Uh, but yeah, it's coming up really soon, and it looks like they're going to probably allow people to start buying Bitcoin through a Bitcoin ETF in China. So just more liquidity to come into the system and continue to pump up the price of Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, you can follow me over there, guys. I'll try to update you with anything I see in the markets, whether it's a good uh, opportunity to buy in on something or just maybe a place to take profit or possibly even short the markets. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a great Friday. Until next time, uh, be legendary, my friends. I hope you all have a great day. Go out there and enjoy the rest of your weekend and take care. I'll see you next time, guys.